Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and we're doing this down and dirty. Zero makeup. Didn't take a shower when I got back from my walk this morning. I just finished something that I have to share with you guys. It's pollen season, so if I start snarfling or downing water, I apologize in advance. It is what it is. But so last week I uploaded my review of the Premier Sweet Roll Fruit Yarn. And you guys are phenomenal, amazing, wonderful, informative people. And in my commentary about crocheting this yarn, and I will have it in the iCard so you can click on it to see the original review. I will also put it in the description box down below. But I was saying it's the length of the color changes in the knit projects were stripes was too long to be variegated crocheted, but too short to stripe crocheted. Y'all. So I had never done Tunisian until this year. And I bought a set of hooks. I decided I was going to try to follow along with Jada and Stitches thing. All I've gotten done, I did January and February. I can't find February's blocks. January's are in the basket. But that's all I've basically done. I've done 2 Tunisian stitches in my entire 35 years now, or 34 years now of crocheting. This is the first time I've successfully ever done a Tunisian stitch. But this yarn, compared to what it just straight crochets as, works up gorgeous in Tunisian. Now you do have spots where half the row is being split in colors, but I actually, especially at a distance, love how that works. And I really think that this shows off the texture. Now this is 50 stitches wide and 50 rows long. And I will border this actually probably with this yarn, because it kind of goes with that hot pink there. I don't really have anything else that that comes close. That might be a little too bright, but I might have to go with like electric blue and maybe add something else with this, because I do have a lot of the electric blue too. But I just got done with this. I just finished slip stitching my top. Actually, this is my top. I did a proper finishing on this where I actually slip stitched all the way across and actually cast it off properly instead of just ending it with the holes at the top. I do have to say you guys are right. This does Tunisian beautifully. At 55 stitches, our shortest color gave us a little over 1 row. So if you do something a little bit smaller, you're going to get between 50 and down. You will get a stripe pattern with this. I think if you go wider though, like you want to do a whole blanket out of this and just do a straight like Tunisian stitch with a blanket, or maybe something a little bit looser, you're going to get more of a long color change, variegated look with this, because the dark pink gave us, the long color gave us 1, 2 and a half. It gave us about 3 rows worth of stitches at, 3 rows worth of stitches at 50 stitches. So that would be 150 stitches, right? So you're going to get more of like a mottled texture, I think, with this, if you do something large, like a full-size blanket with this. But one of the things I will say is, one of the things when I did the original review was I love the texture of this yarn. I love the original sweet roll texture, but I do love this round, ploofy, squishy yarn texture that this has in the Tunisian simple stitch. Now, I can't speak to any other stitches. Now, this, you do get a slightly, thicker fabric with this. It is a solid fabric. Oh my gosh, this in a baby blanket would be adorable. But this stitch exemplifies the squishy nature of this yarn. Now, this is obviously unblocked. I literally just finished this before running down here to share with you guys. This took me maybe 3 hours of work, because I just worked on it in the car Sunday when we're going to and from church. Didn't really have time to do much at breakfast after church, and a little bit Sunday afternoon, and then finishing it off this morning. So like maybe 3 hours to do this. It's a little over, I think we're right at 100 grams, a little over 100 grams maybe for this one block. But oh my God, it's so squishy. That double layer squishiness. Yeah. So I did want to post an addendum video real quick and let you guys know, yes, you are correct. 100%. This definitely Tunisian crochets a lot better than its standard crochets. The color works up. I'm not even pleased that it works up in a stripe pattern. I think, like I said, with 150 stitches, you're going to get that regular patterning with it. Even in this, you can see we're like, I think the green is a good example where we've got like one full row of green and a half full row of green, one full, and then it's like 3/4. So like it's still moving. We started with the half row and then did the full row. We've got this interesting effect where even at 50 stitches, things are moving in a serpentine, not evenly perfect. And I think this is where that uneven length of color change will actually come into benefit with the Tunisian crochet, because even with 150 stitches, say you start on that, you're going to get one solid section with that. Then as you pass through, you're going to get, most of it's going to be the bright pink, but you're already going to start picking up that green. So when you come back across, you're going to have green, and then it's going to start changing to the light pink, which is going to change really, really quickly. That's the shortest one. So I think in a full-size project, this, while it's not going to stripe, you're going to have a irregular movement in the color because of the irregular nature of the length of the color shots. Like I said, some are very short, one is very long, and they're but it's regular. Like the pink, light pink is always the shortest in this guava color. Then it's green, then it's dark pink, then it's the medium pink. So it's always about the same length, I'm assuming, but it's regularly irregular. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So if you don't like the way this looks as a standard crochet yarn with this type of self-striping pattern, definitely consider Tunisian crochet. Like I said, this is just the basic Tunisian simple stitch for this. Now, I did see a lot of comparisons with the Bloom yarn. And as you know, I am a fan. I have reviewed the Bloom yarn. This is a little bit different than the Bloom because this isn't a patterning yarn. In the Bloom, it has a pattern it's supposed to create with this section. It's supposed to make flowers here and then stripe and then flowers in the next section. I'm not sure why I have half a ball of hydrangea here, but this is truly supposed to be a self-striping yarn. It is a shorter yarn segment though, like the Bloom is. The Bloom in the multicolors like this, where you have the pink and the purple and the blue and the hydrangea, these are shorter, but like the gray, where it's just the gray and then the Bloom strip, it's a little bit, you've got the wide gray strip and then the narrow. It's like if all of them were the Bloom strips, except they're not all the same length. So it's a little bit different even in the way it patterns knit and crochet than the Bloom. It is a similar concept though. Bloom is more like Nordica, which came out about the same time, whereas this is more like a standard self-striping yarn. It's just got a shorter color change to it. Whereas like this is a long color change where anything you do with this, you're going to get a striping effect. This, you can get a mottled effect. You can get more of a variegated effect, as we saw with some of the crochet pieces that I shared in the original review. Or like with the Tunisian, we're getting a mottled, irregular striping pattern. But visually from a distance, it does read completely as stripes. You'd never know until you got closer that we have something else going on. And I actually really love the rows where we have the two colors. I wish that actually showed up a little bit more in my swatch here. But the fact that I know in a larger blanket, that would be most of the blanket. Most of the blanket would be the two color rows. I think that would be awesome. So if you guys decide to do just a whole blanket in Tunisian with this yarn, please send me a picture either in the Facebook group or on Instagram or in my email, because I would love to see how that works out. I did use a size K hook, so I went up 2 hook sizes for this, and we have a perfectly dense but not difficult fabric to work with there. I mean, you can stretch it out to see through my yarn wall, but it's not so tight I was unable to work it or anything. It's that perfect medium. So I would say a K hook if you're going to Tunisian this, but so worth it. You guys were 100% right, and I am very glad that I decided to take your advice to see what this turns up Tunisian. Love it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for bearing with the addendum to this. If you guys have tried this or are interested in trying it, leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys are thinking. Like I said, if you have already started like a full-size blanket with this, send me a picture. I really want to know what this looks like in the full-length blanket. Now I've got another scrap blanket basically started though with a 50 stitch by 50 row Tunisian. I just need to figure out how to border this. So you guys, I love you. As always, I look forward to seeing you guys. We should have a show and tell video this week, and we should also have an unboxing this weekend. So I'm really looking forward to what is coming up. We're about to storm, so I'm gonna get my booty upstairs and tuck into something fun. But you could actually, I probably have to take a shower first, but anyway, you guys, take care. I love you, and I will see you guys real soon. Bye, guys.